5 minutes before you start the call, like Zoom or whatever, is like, oh, you need to reinstall everything.
And I was on time too. I literally just went from another call to this one. I was 5 minutes early, got the whole thing, and then my continuity camera broke. Like, okay, reset those settings. Then my phone glitched out, and then Chrome crashed. I'm like, it's this whole thing. Anyway, okay, we're back. We're in business.
We are back.
So,
Yeah,
how's your week?
good. Some interesting things are taking place on Twitter, which is interesting. I've never really spent too much time or effort into growing my Twitter audience like I have Instagram or TikTok or YouTube for that matter. Um, but I started getting looped into some of these build in public threads, and there's a whole like X community for build in public. And Tim made a controversial tweet the other day, trying to be kind of like, anti whatever, being like build in public is dead. And so I quote retweeted it saying, uh, it's all about like distribute in public now
Mm,
as like the main thing. Because if you can't get customers, then what are you even building for?
right.
And so I think a lot of the people of trying to build in public are essentially doing that as well without even knowing it. So someone else made a whole new community called Distribute in Public and invited us to join. And so I joined and started making tweets and woke up this morning with like a bunch of new followers and a bunch of notifications and things of people liking the post that I did, which is kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's all about distribution.
Exactly. Here, I'll pull up the. So this was the first post in the community since there was basically nobody in there. So let's see. I said pick one channel to start with and start distributing. Keep it simple. And like at the end of the day, this is one of the main focuses for basically any project or business that I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
Whether it's the main focus or not, like this is the backbone of everything.
This could be blanket applied to pretty much any business.
Basically any and every business, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so basically pick one organic content channel to start. Doesn't necessarily matter which one, whichever you're most comfortable with, and then figure out what works. Then use that knowledge to expand to other channels and double down using paid ads. Get everybody onto your email list, and then basically start sending them emails until they subscribe, pay you, or unsubscribe.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You're just boiling it down to the simplest form, which is get discovered. People have to know you exist to buy your stuff.
Yeah.
So this is interesting, and I like that you have organic content on top because I get asked all the time, what do you put in your paid ad content? It's your best performing organic content.
Exactly.
So you have to start with organic. And doing paid ads is easy, especially if you've got a couple bucks to burn, because you're like, oh, I'll just throw this out there. I don't have to spend the time to make the content. I've been guilty of this so many times. But making the content is the first step to developing the effective ad. So you don't have to go super crazy making content a year from now, even though it probably helps. But like you do need to start to get winning ad creative.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's pretty obvious once something starts working for you to be able to either flip that into a paid ad or make other variations using that same creative, knowing that that's what's going to get and drive eyeballs, clicks, action, whatever it may be.
Yeah, you're going to figure out the format that works best for you.
Yeah. I always think it's funny because I think his name is Brett. He was like this gambler guy who blew up on social media for doing like degenerate gambling in Vegas. And he would be like, I got 300 smackaroos. We're going to put it all on black, or we're going to triple our money in 5 seconds. And he did a podcast like late, and he was posting like daily videos of him betting like $200-300 per hand or something, but like just in and out real quick. And I saw him do a podcast like a couple months ago, and he's like, oh, I was in Vegas for one weekend and filmed enough content for an entire year. So people thought I was there every day or every weekend. He was like, no, I was there for one weekend, and I filmed so much content that I was able to just extrapolate it out for over a year and grow his brand basically to now where he's getting brand partnerships and brand deals and sponsorships and things like that.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah. And now with all like the live streaming, the kick, the crypto gambling, all of that stuff, like there's real money to be made as being like an influencer for gambling. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think gambling is definitely terrible for a lot of people, but you know, teach their own.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of money to be made at it. I've also seen like a lot of these meme coins, or when NFTs were popping off, it was really popular to get influencers to pump up your meme coin.
Yep.
And it was the most classic pump and dump play you could ever see, where the royalties that they would get off of it from pumping it up be like 50% of all deposits would go to the person promoting it. Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Total, yeah, 50% of the total market value or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just paid out to people promoting it.
Just ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Drake got caught up in one of those. I saw him promoting some like meme coin. He got paid $20 million.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they all just made a bag. I mean, I'm sure that's happening right now too with Bitcoin jumping up. But I tweeted out the other day, and I like, now that you and I have been around for, I don't know, several of these cycles of crypto, where, you know, it hyped, oh, everyone's talking about it. And I tweeted the other, I was like, don't, with all the hype going around, don't get distracted, keep shipping, keep building. Like, it's so easy to get distracted by this. Oh, I turned $70 into $1 million. Like, great. Keep like head down, keep working, keep filming, keep making content, all those things.
And if you are one of the few lucky people that got super lucky and made money in crypto, it doesn't mean that you have any business skills. Like, you won't be able to do it again. You can't turn it into a repeatable process. So yeah, you're right. You just have to stay focused on your task.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things. I saw this tweet from Hermosi the other day where he's like, all it takes is 4 hours a day of creating content and marketing. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh, do I really do that? Like, and he's, you know, and his thing is literally put a timer on your desk and don't stand up until, you know, you've completed it basically. But
yeah,
that's been motivation for me lately, to just sit down and like actually get stuff created and out, rather than just the other side of it, which I think is so easy to get caught into, especially with ChatGPT. Write me this script, analyze this video, help me figure out what to create. Like, sometimes I get caught up in that. What do I need to make versus just sitting down and making stuff, and not necessarily caring about the output.
It's because it's easy to overthink it, and you feel like you're working. Like, all right, this day I'm going to brainstorm and like script and come up with ideas. But that's the easy part. You're just sitting behind your computer, being a keyboard warrior, not actually doing anything.
Yep.
So I want to get your thoughts on this as well. I am doing now a lot of research on content creation for mobile apps and content creation for software.
Nice. Okay, I was hoping you'd bring this up. Me too.
Cool. Okay, awesome. I see so many of the fastest growing mobile apps using entirely influencer and UGC content.
Yeah.
So it's not a face. It's not a dude behind the camera for 4 hours making content. It's a dude contracting out and using influencer networks and UGC networks to get content created for you. Okay, what are your thoughts on that? Am I right to think that? Or
Yo, for
Am I
sure.
missing
Yeah,
something?
people are pushing massive volume with quantity of, I wouldn't even call them, I just creators,
Yeah.
where they're creating UGC style content at scale for a brand or a company that follows a trend or a style, and then they leverage that into app downloads, free trials, credit card free trials. And I've started to realize the similarities in how Stammer has been able to scale incredibly fast with how iOS apps are structured to do the same thing in terms of capturing payments early and quickly and easily.
Hmm.
And it's just that, oh, Apple Pay, double tap, face ID, and you're no now you're $13.99 a month or whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
like that ease of capturing, I think, is one of the reasons why so many of these apps and their revenues were mind-boggling to me, but it makes sense. Like their conversion rate on the numbers that they're getting is quite high. And bringing it back to the content side of things, if you can get a hot chick that is promoting an app to men, like there's gonna be a good chance that there's gonna be some conversions there for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But you're right. The whole Apple and Android ecosystem is about ease of payment capture,
Yeah.
and I think that it's easy to see the MRR on these apps run crazy, and then you can attribute it back to even ease of payment capture. But it's also because of the pricing of these apps. Like, I don't think that you would be able to do the same volume on a B2B product that's priced at 49 or 99 or 179 per month or whatever it is, because it requires more education and you're making a different purchasing decision than
Yeah.
someone who's on their phone. I think that sometimes if you're on your phone, your decision making criteria is different. It's a little bit shorter. You're not taking the research time to like sit down at a desktop and decide on a purchase. It's more just like on the spot, do I want it or do I not?
Yeah, definitely.
And then you get the trust factor of double click, face ID, done.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that we're seeing right now where we're doing mobile ads and getting people to sign up on their phones, but then not necessarily completing the process because it's not it's not a mobile first application and experience like inherently.
Which should bring us to an important point. If you're running ads, your destination should be mobile first. Because I've done this so many times. You build a landing page or a really nice website and it looks amazing on desktop, but 80% of the people that land on it will land on mobile.
Yeah.
So you have to almost design it for mobile as first priority and then figure out the desktop version after.
And it's funny because that was such a saying for so long, mobile first, mobile first, mobile first. And
Yeah.
yet everyone still designs websites on their nice big 27-inch widescreen monitors that
Yeah.
nobody in real life uses. Like it's only people like us who
It's
like are.
only us. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of the times I will design the website and then I'll go to like my MacBook with the 14-inch screen and put it on that and be like, what does it actually look like in quote unquote real life versus
Yeah.
my big screens. And then yeah, so for mobile, like I think doing paid ads to get mobile subscriptions on an iOS app is going to convert very well because of that ease of use and translation from seeing it, getting the information, and it's all native
Hmm.
versus outbound to a landing page and then capture. And so what I'm thinking right now actually is redoing our ads to, instead of point to a landing page and external offer, do a on platform lead form, capture the information there, then bring them to an external landing page that has more information to book a meeting, and then bypass that middle process to then hopefully get them to do that process via email after they get to their desktop.
Sorry, what's the process you're skipping?
Getting them to create an account on the actual application from the ad immediately.
and then getting them to finish the onboarding process on their desktop.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
got
so
it.
right now, like we're getting people to opt in and create the accounts, but the conversion rate that we're getting from create account to start free trial is significantly lower than what people are doing from their desktops natively, where they're just creating the account, going through the onboarding process, and then starting their free trial.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if there's something that you could put in where after they sign up, you say like the next step is to onboard, you need your computer. Like go open up your computer. We just
Yeah.
sent you the link. We emailed you the link.
That's going to be part of it for sure. I've been like hyper analyzing this. It takes 20 right now to start a credit card free trial.
What'd you say? 20 clicks?
Yeah, or 20 steps, 20 clicks. Yeah, basically 21.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and it's basically the each time you have to click or type something in is a step. And I'm trying to be like, how do we move that 20 down to 7 or 5 and still capture the information that we need to capture in order to remarket effectively, but still get them to that process, just like an iOS app would, where you download it, you click the app, and then potentially there's a gate right there to pay,
Right.
which I think is what you were saying.
I don't know if the number of clicks or the number of steps is the issue. It's more just what the conversion from those steps is. Like it could be 100 steps, but if the conversion is 100% on every step, then it's fine. You know what I mean? Or am I not? Am I just not
Maybe
understanding?
I don't know. So like for example, we'll get. I mean, I don't know. We had like maybe 30, 40 new accounts created yesterday, just yesterday. But only several of them created credit card free trials.
Okay.
So there is basically a couple dozen steps where they could have potentially have fallen off. Where I'm thinking if we get them to that point sooner and quicker and easier, there's a higher percentage chance that they'll convert from just creating an account, basically just
Right.
opting in versus putting in their credit card details.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting that I'll mention is the addition of Stripe link with the phone number verifications situation is now accounts, I think, for 40% of our initial transactions.
I don't understand what you mean.
So are you familiar with the Stripe link?
Yeah, it's like taking a product payment link and embedding it in like an iframe or something, right?
No, sorry. So it's it's like their internal cookies payment thing. So like if you've
Okay.
paid with Stripe before, and then if you go to Stammer and then sign up and you get brought to the Stripe page, it says, "Oh, put in the code that we just texted you."
Got it. Got it. Okay, it's like Stripe's version of Shop Pay.
Exactly. Which
Got it.
is more similar to the iOS solution in terms of ease of payment. Which now for us, this Stripe Link thing, 40% of our payment of initial payments from customers are using Stripe Link, which
Interesting.
allows us to basically have the customer not have to enter in their credit card and information manually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and that's a setting that you have to enable in Stripe
Got it.
to use.
So there's an overarching theme here then, which is ease of payment.
Yeah.
Like if so, Stripe now has this text code, enter code, great. You don't need to re-enter your credit card details, super easy. And it will probably work natively. If you're going to type it in, you get the text on iPhone and the code pops up from the bottom. It's probably
Ye-
really slick like that. You
yes.
know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Same with Shop Pay, right? Same thing now with Instagram Shop, like Meta Checkout. Same thing with TikTok Shop. You don't need to continuously enter your details. It's done automatically.
Yeah. It's safer
And I think
too,
the more
honestly.
native it feels to Apple, this is what I'm learning about designing an app. The more native it looks to
Yeah.
Apple, the better your user experience is going to be.
Yeah.
And the more likely people are to pay for it because it's just so familiar. You don't need to educate people on the navigation or
It's
I don't know.
intuitive.
There's just some like level of familiarity.
Yeah, like people will know how to use your app intuitively without knowing your app because
Exactly.
you're using the same elements and things. Like it's the best. It's the best like new way to say don't redesign the wheel. Apple has
Hmm.
already trained a half of the world's population on what a user experience needs to be.
Well, yeah, it's Apple, and it's just like most Web3 projects. Like if you look at the inside of Stammer, of course your menu is on the left side, right? And
Yeah.
then inside of the menu there are sub items in it, and you see the same thing now. I don't know if anybody uses HubSpot, but HubSpot did a big redesign, and they did the same thing. They use more of like a Web3 approach.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, using familiarity, using the navigation that other popular tools are using will make it a lot easier for your user to adopt the software and continue paying for it.
Yeah. So thinking of those design trends, parallel to that would be different like marketing channels or different ways to get in front of your face of your customers. Do you
Mhm.
think email will be the main solution still in the next 10 to 20 years?
I'm probably not the best person to answer the question. Like I don't know. I don't see a situation where email stops being native, but I do see it being more efficient. Like I think the mannerisms inside of email will change over time to just reflect a faster style of communication. But I don't know if email is being wiped out or replaced with like a DM or chat sequence.
Hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think I think it'll be. I think it'll still be around. However, I do. The first thing that pops into my mind is how Meta used to send their text verification for two-factor authentication through phone number, through text message and SMS. Now it's done through WhatsApp,
Okay.
at least for me. Um, I find that interesting. Like they're they're using their own internal thing versus the more trusted adopted version, which is universal SMS.
Hmm.
So maybe like it continues to where those become the channels of communication rather than the more grander like general version of SMS, email, whatever. Like you and
Hmm.
I talk through Slack mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like the Wild West of messaging systems because there's so many ways to get a hold of people. There, even on for business purposes, sometimes I forget where I message somebody. I'm looking through WhatsApp, Facebook chat, text, my four different email inboxes, Slack, which Slack channel, Discord. It's like I don't even know sometimes. But yeah, I don't know if email's going away. Honestly, I don't really have much of a comment of it on it. I haven't spent that much time thinking about it.
Yeah.
But so this week, coincidentally, I don't know how. I think is Lucas listening in on this call? I think you might be.
Hmm.
So Lucas included, and actually three other people asked me about my sales process today, and that was my call that I was on before this. Was a past client who sold his e-commerce brand and started an agency. Great choice. So we started to talk through the sales process. And one thing that he said, he's like, it's weird, man. If I call someone the second they submit the lead form, they almost always answer and they'll close like right away. But if I call someone even an hour or 2 hours later, sometimes they don't even know what I'm talking about or where I'm calling from. Like, yeah, dude. 80% of your likelihood to close the deal is time to contact, or TTL, I guess, time to lead.
Speed to lead, baby.
Speed to lead, baby. That's all it is. Yeah. The faster you can get to that contact, the better your chances of being able to close them are.
Yep.
So I thought that was interesting. I just wanted to hammer home that point. It really does matter. Your speed to follow up with a prospect is everything. And then going further down the sales channel rabbit hole, Ross, you probably talked about this before, but not trying to close the deal on the first call makes a huge difference in your ability to actually close the deal. So anytime I'm talking with the prospect, the first call is to just exchange familiarity, express some excitement in your voice, be very happy, ask them lots of questions, get them excited about the product. But if as soon as you try to close, even if the call went as good as it could have gone, you feel like it was the best conversation and they 100% want to buy, as soon as you push to close, they're like, whoa, dude, I just met you. Like, I don't know, like, let me think it over. You should tell them, look, I don't want you to make a decision right now. Talk it over with your business partner, talk to your spouse, your girlfriend, or whoever, and then we're going to talk next week. You're probably going to have more questions. And yeah, let's schedule a call for next week, basically. And then that is the time when you can ask for the close. Because now it's kind of like going on the second date, right? You're way likely to get further in that relationship on the second or third date than you are to try and seal the deal on the first date.
Yeah. That first meeting, I've always told people, is basically just to show that you're a real person and you're going to be around a year from now. You're not just going to ghost them out of nowhere and leave them high and dry.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. It's just to build a relationship.
Yeah. Like the bar for being a good agency and service-based business owner is so low in terms of like communication and responsiveness. It was funny. Tim tweeted a thing the other day. He was like, Ross used to just give out his phone number to clients. And he was like, that was shocking to me coming from the corporate world. And I was like, well, yeah, like, if you're running a service-based agency and you are the one closing the deal and or doing the service yourself when you're getting started, you kind of have to. Like they're like,
Yeah.
otherwise it does, like it happens what you were saying. It gets lost in this. You get lost in translation of, was this email thread? Is this where was
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, the phone number thing is so important. And okay, I'll go back to the whole native thing that we were just talking about. It feels familiar. If you are in sales, you need an iPhone. There's no quarrels about it. You have to have an iPhone if you are in sales. Don't think you can get away with it on Android. You can't. Because as soon as the blue bubble pops up for an iPhone user, that's like, I'm trying to come up with a good analogy,
Scam.
but it's like talking to a human versus an alien. Like, just get an iPhone. It will make the conversation smoother and it will make your prospect more likely to respond. It's also it's like if you book in meetings with people and you do email reminders before the call versus a text reminder before the call, the prospect is more likely to show up if they get the text reminder. It's just something in some crazy multiple, but they're significantly more likely to show up if they get the text reminder, right? Same thing if you want to get a reply out of them or if you want to schedule a call, get an iPhone, just text your customer and build the relationship.
That's good. I liked the strategy of like when they opt in, send the text message first with your name and then you call. So that way when you call, it says maybe Brock
That's so smart.
rather than just the phone number.
That's a great idea. That's so smart. Think about that one. Oh, fuck, that's good. I'm going to use that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's really good.
That'd be a good clip though to put on social media. If you're in sales, you have to have an iPhone.
It's true, dude. You have
Edited where
to.
there's like an Android phone being like, like stabbed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I should get an Apple affiliate link and just advertise that one to Android users.
Are you getting the new iPhone?
No, I have the current one, the
The fif-
15.
15? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just wait for the next generation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say that though. I need to run up some expenses before the end of the year, so maybe I'll just buy a bunch of Apple shit.
So here's an interesting site that is useful for people getting started or trying to scale essentially. So I think in the past we've talked about Haro, right?
Yeah, briefly.
Haro stands for Help a Reporter Out. And it was this platform where reporters basically would put out requests, kind of like Craigslist ads, and people would then go and find articles that they could make comments about. And then you get essentially featured in these articles. And the idea is you get a backlink in the article that could potentially be on something like TechCrunch or The Verge or something like that.
Interesting.
Haro is now being depreciated or shut down in the next couple months. So there's been some talk and some competitors that have tried to take its place, essentially. And one of them has been a platform that has been on my radar for a while, which actually would take the Haro feed itself and then allow you to put in keywords, so that way it would then filter out all of Haro and do that filtering process for you, rather than you sifting through thousands of listings on the Haro website. And so this one's called presspulse.ai. And they've now, of course, implemented a bunch of AI features. So the other day I signed up for it and I put in, I was like, oh, I'm interested in AI and SaaS and marketing and personal branding and all that stuff. And so it's starting to show me possible articles that I could comment on with their domain ranking, and potentially if I could get a link established or pushed with that article.
Interesting. So this is a method of just boosting your personal brand's SEO, right? That's the objective.
Or your business's brand
Or your businesses.
yeah. So like I did, I'm going to be featured on a article for Visme in a little while. And they were like, which link do you want to be featured? And I was like, oh, let me just put just put CEO of Stammer AI and link Stammer AI.
Nice.
And now now it's like that my website itself gets a backlink, which is the most useful for the overall business versus like linking something like my Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, your Instagram ranking for SEO is whatever. Your Instagram is a means to an end, which is to get people to Stammer anyways. The more important thing
Yes.
is the domain that you own, which is Stammer. And SEO is so useful. Like I know e-com businesses that have scaled to 200-300K a month on SEO alone. And the best way to do that is backlinks, which is other domains that you don't know linking back to your domain.
Yes. And if you can get it to happen organically in some way, like it starts to get ridiculous. Like I remember when we were running the sunglasses brand and we were able to rank for the rapper sunglasses, and all these new music videos would come, like Wiz Khalifa would come out with his new music video, and then we would make a product page featuring and hyperlinking that music video on YouTube, but then go back to the YouTube channel and comment the link of the website page, so that way people would see that, comment, oh, where could I buy the sunglasses he's wearing? There's a link right there. People go from the YouTube video, which is getting millions and millions of views, to the Shopify store and then checking out. So Google's like, oh yeah, this is the fire link. Like we need to start promoting this when people search for rapper sunglasses. And I think that's one of the strategies I've tried to emulate with every other business that I've ever done, but I've not successfully done it at that scale to where we ranked literally number one for rapper sunglasses for like a year and a half or something. But
Such a good strategy.
yeah,
So let's tie it back full circle. It's all about getting eyeballs.
All about
you just
getting eyeballs.
get more. It's just attention. Like that's basically what any modern business is, just a fight for attention.
yeah, yeah. Like Red Bull isn't an energy drink company. It's a marketing company.
Yeah, exactly. So I just saw this. I could just be super slow and like way late to the game, and you might tell me that you look at this all the time. But this is new to me. Okay, so YouTube has watch hours, right? I know that. You have to have 4,000 watch hours to qualify for there to be ads on the video and to monetize your videos and all that stuff, right?
Hmm.
Instagram has watch hours, and you can see your watch hours per video, and you can see your watch hours in total for your account. Did you know about this? You probably did.
Hmm.
So I think that's really interesting because the views is great, but watch hours is a good way to put a dollar value on like what you would pay to it's a good way to put a value on the video.
Yes.
Because if you have like good example, I had a low performing, I guess mid for my account, it was like 1,500 views, which is like my average view count. So my watch hours are normally between 3 to 4 hours, right? So if you have a video that got 3 hours and you were to pay someone like a decent rate to get it created, even call it like, I don't know, $30 an hour, like you would have paid $100 to get that video created,
Hmm.
distributed, and then shown to all of those people that are going to have that watch time. I don't really have a point to this. I just thought it was an interesting way to visualize or value, put a value on your content.
Well, so it's interesting because the Instagram Creator Fund pays out per 1,000 views, and a view, from what I've learned, is 3 seconds of watch time.
Yeah, I think it
So
might be 2 seconds.
maybe it's 2 seconds. Not a lot. It's not the full video.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah. But it's a view. Yeah.
it's a view. Yeah. So like the Creator Fund will pay me out a certain CPM per 1,000 views per video. So each video has its own different CPM, essentially, not my account.
Interesting.
And because most of my content is very similar in the sense that I'm targeting like business-esque use cases, the CPM has only differed maybe like 3 cents per different video. I'll have to look up what some of mine are pretty low right now because I'm not getting too many views, but
Do you know what your CPM is?
I'm trying to find it. I know the total last month it was like $53 or something for all my
Nice.
like total. So but I don't think I had a single video get over like 10K views. But so if I go back to what I was getting maybe a year, 2 years ago, where millions of views a month, like that's serious cash.
Yeah, yeah, it is for sure.
And
Yeah,
no ads. No, it's not brand deals. It's straight from Instagram. So it's just if I make good content that keeps people on the platform, they're gonna pay me money.
yeah. And it could be brand deals too. If you make a great video that gets hundreds of thousands of views and you happen to, drop a company that is doing a paid promo with you,
It
and
could.
that's great.
It could.
It's probably not going to get as many views. I guess
I've
that's
now, yeah, well, I've just over the years now, I've worked with, I'd say probably like 50 different companies for paid media, and it's just not worth it in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. I
Like
definitely get that.
unless there's like the dream collaboration brand, um, it's a tough one. And it's tough to say because I'm saying that from a better financial position I am now than when I started my Instagram and I was like, oh, I need to take this brand deal to pay for rent.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's a very different mindset to be in. And I completely understand like having to take brand deals. But if you could make the same amount of money, if not more, from the creator funds directly, and TikTok is very similar. If you can get a YouTube channel, and I think this is one of the reasons why people are pushing AI generated video and faceless YouTube channels right now.
Yeah, because you can make bank from the creator funds. That's why.
And did I show you the video of can you tell which one is AI and which one's real?
I saw it on your story, but I thought it was obvious because AI is just slower. AI
Yeah.
was the top one, right?
So here I'll play it for everybody and then You can see.
The interesting part, my comment before you play it, is it was actually okay. I'll wait. Go ahead.
This new AI tool is making Disney and Pixar nervous because this free tool just replaced their multi-million-dollar equipment. This new AI tool is making Disney and Pixar nervous because this free tool just replaced their multi-million-dollar equipment. So which one do you think?
Yeah, that was way better than what I thought I saw on Instagram. Is it the top one?
They're both AI.
Get the fuck out of here. Lucas just says, I can't tell. Fuck, well, I guess I'm wrong. That is crazy.
Dude, so I was playing around with this more. Let me pull it up. So yeah, so I was playing around with this more, and I used HeyGen and Synesthesia. Terrible name. Can't pronounce it at all. So what I did is I essentially uploaded a 3-minute clip of me talking directly into the camera to both sites. HeyGen took about 2 hours to generate an AI avatar using that footage, which I was then able to click create new video, create a video, and then I can type in a script, and then it generates a video of me speaking the script as an AI avatar. And that video took about an hour to generate. Synesthesia uploaded the same footage, right? It took a day to train the AI avatar model. And they have another option called studio avatars, which take 10 days to train. And
When you say a day, do you mean it's filming you for a day? Or
no, it took a day of processing time to create the AI avatar. And then when I told it to write and create the same script as I did with HeyGen, it was like a few hours. So my point being is like Synesthesia took way longer to generate its clips. Both of these cost $29 a month. HeyGen has unlimited video recording, where Synesthesia, I think I'm limited to like 5 minutes a month or something.
Okay. So
And yet,
HeyGen is where it's at.
well, and you couldn't tell which one was real, which one was AI.
Which one was HeyGen? Which one was Synesthesia?
The top one was HeyGen, and I believe the bottom one was Synesthesia.
The bottom one, in my opinion, was far better.
Yeah, same. Agreed. Like the way it made me look down, like as I'm like simulating, like I'm stopping the clip.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Crazy. So what's crazy is now I think, so back to what we were talking about a few seconds ago about how you noticed how there's all these creators doing creating UGC for these iOS apps and mobile applications. Now there's AI avatar builders where you could just go in and select one of their pre-made AI avatars and have it create that style of content. And this was a shiny object business that I put in my threads last week. And it's a domain I've owned for like 2 years now, UGC for SaaS.com.
Dude, I am seeing so many marketplace platforms pop up now for UGC creators for SaaS.
It's disgusting. I get invited to maybe 3 to 5 a week, maybe.
Come on, that's
Yeah.
crazy. What do you think then about using AI for your own brand deals? So you can just say, sure, give me a full brief of what you want in the video.
Yep.
In the video, send that brief to ChatGPT, send it to HeyGen, produce the video, and send it back to them.
Yeah. So I made one. So I was like, I have my format of content. So let me just make it as I would, but let's just have the AI instead of filming myself. Let's just do it with the AI.
Yeah, sure.
And then I sent that to the editor, and the editor gave me back a video that for the first try is fairly decent to where I'm like, I'm going to post it, I think later today, and we'll see if people comment or notice it's real. But that's a trend I'm starting to see. More people on Twitter were posting about how they're doing the same exact thing, made AI avatars of themselves and started creating content at scale about topical news and things that follow the same format, and
Yeah.
they're getting millions of views. And so I'm like, okay, well, if I can do that and then I get paid out from the creator fund, what do I like? I don't care.
It's a money printer.
It's a
That's
money
crazy.
printer. Yeah.
And you're not doing any of the work.
Yeah. And I mean, in theory, I could have an editor do the whole process. So I think there's going to be some bigger creators that will probably just do that.
Okay, so this ties into one thing that I was working on at the last company that acquired us, and we were trying to automate their content creation.
Hmm.
So we built an integration where we'll pull popular marketing, business, and AI news feeds, RRS feeds, and then we sent it to our prompt, and the prompt would transcribe it, and
Hmm.
then transcribe, summarize, and like give us a script, and then that would be sent off to the founder to film the video. But in theory, you could send that script to HeyGen.
Hmm.
It could make the video,
Yep.
and then you could just pop that into your content scheduler.
Potentially. You might there still might be an editing step depending on kind of how you're doing it, but
Hmm.
that I think also will be able to be taken over by AI shortly by and what I'm thinking is there's the green screen person that's talking over something that's happening in the background, which could be B-roll, it could be screenshots of your product, app, website, business, service, whatever. It could also be brain rot content, like Minecraft videos or like those videos of cars driving down the hills and things
Yeah,
where it's like sections
yeah, a stack screen. Yeah,
that could be that you could AI generate the shit out of that.
and see those videos, the brain rot videos, are the ones that go nuts for the
Nuclear.
creator. Yeah.
Yeah, especially on TikTok and places where yeah. And I think this is how all these channels are getting huge without having to ever show their face or their name or voice or literally do anything. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. That being said, even with all of this, I still think building a personal brand is one of the most powerful things you can do even at the end of 2024 moving into 2025. And it's I think and the opportunity and value of doing that is going to diminish every day that you delay, I think,
Yeah.
because of
Well, because it's authentic, right?
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
authenticity, especially now. A lot of the content that you're seeing posted is AI generated. It's not authentic. And the better platforms are able to detect on the usage of AI, the sooner they'll be able to deprioritize that content,
Hmm.
which means your ability to create something new and unique is going to become increasingly valuable. And if it's someone like you that already has an audience built in, like you have to, I shouldn't even say somebody like you. If you work hard to build up your audience and then you create the distribution as you have done, that's what I should have said, it's going to be a lot easier for you to take advantage of the opportunities that creating your own content is going to give as the AI generated content is deprioritized.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because new accounts are favored. It wants to push new accounts. It wants to like keep people like discovering new things and new accounts. Like that's just kind of how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I'm gonna have to try that out though. That HeyGen thing is crazy. See, this is where I get shiny object syndrome. I don't want to take the time to make the video, but I'll gladly take 4, 5, 6 hours to figure out how to clone myself using HeyGen, build it, like get an RS feed,
exactly.
build the script, make the video, get it edited and posted. Like I'll take all that time to set up the automation when it would just be faster to make the video on
Same.
my own.
Same. And I think it has to do with, as much as I hate to like admit it, it's like psychology of not wanting to put ourselves out there. It's safer to just focus on building and be in our little, you know, but it's like the work that we're avoiding is the work that will get us to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to like reframe my brain so often now, like if I get nervous or don't want to do something, it's often the exact opposite is going to be the right call, which is run towards the fire with, and to beat it rather than
Yeah.
running away from it.
Yeah. There are two thought exercises that have helped me with this. One of them is you should just watch the speech. It's the guy's name is Chris from Modern Wisdom, I want to say, and he's like talking about the thing is not doing the thing. Thinking about doing it is not doing it. Planning to do it is not doing it. You know what I mean? Have you heard that one?
Planning to do it is not doing it.
It's basically saying like you'll do everything possible to avoid doing the thing that you actually should be doing. And then the
Yeah.
other one is this one's from Charlie Munger, which is divergent thinking, which is plan all the steps that you would take to guarantee you don't hit your goals, and then do the opposite. Because it's easier to think about the negative outcome. So it's like, what could I do to guarantee that I'll be fat and broke in 5 years? It's like, well, I'm going to eat like shit. I'm not going to work out. I'm going to wake up late. I'm going to jerk off all the time. Not going to work.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing rather than
Yeah,
changing.
basically. And it's like, okay, so if I don't want to be fat and broke in 5 years, these are all the things that I shouldn't do. And then you just whoosh, eliminate them. That one I like because it's easy. It's easy to think how things can go wrong, and then you just do the opposite.
Yeah. Any major takeaways from this conversation, Lucas?
Oh yeah, the cheers by the way. The text first with your name is genius. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Although I'm wondering, how many people, and that's maybe to Brock more because it seems that you used cold calling quite a bit. How many people use their iPhones when you call the business, for example? How many?
It's a good question. The iPhone step is more for after the first call goes well. It's easier to get the prospect's phone number and to
Yeah,
just text them, call them, some details.
yeah,
So this is more like completing the sales cycle, but in terms of cold calling off of Google, no, you don't need to have an iPhone. For that, honestly, it's probably easier to use a VoIP system because you can just do it a little bit more efficiently. So you could
yeah,
use OpenPhone is a good one, Close.com is a good one, Brevo, Brevo, just released a phone system, like a VoIP system that's really good. I was messing with it yesterday. Um, so I think the iPhone takeaway is more if you're like a full-on sales guy, but uh, if you have not made money in your agency or built it up, I wouldn't go like spend a bunch of money on an iPhone for no reason.
yeah.
Like
Obviously,
that's not the
yeah,
Unless you're going
yeah.
to use it for creating content, though.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah.
It is good for creating content. Have you made any phone calls?
No, but I gave myself a deadline tomorrow. I've got it all set up. I got the script tomorrow. I need to start
Nice.
with it.
What time are you doing it tomorrow?
Well, it needs to be some around this time since
Yeah,
the time difference, but yeah, around this time. Yeah.
cool. Before I go making a bunch of cold calls, one thing that helps me is I call someone that's familiar and just have a casual conversation just to get yourself warmed up.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
doing it at
that's
the end of the
all
day is
right.
probably a good idea. But if you like live alone or you don't have a lot of contact with people, just I don't know, call one of your parents, sibling, partner, just chat, shoot the shit, get in
And
a good mood before you make your calls. It'll just warm you up a bit.
so one thing you also could do now is with ChatGPT, you tell it a prompt that says, act like a business owner. I'm going to cold call you in a sec, and then go to advanced voice mode. And then it will simulate a phone call that you can practice with.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
So
one.
like
Yeah,
you
true.
send a text prompt first to kind of like initiate it, and then you do advanced voice, and then it will pick up where that left off, and then you can have a full on conversation. And I've been doing that now with planning for 2025 and getting my ideas out. I'll just go for a walk and I'll talk to it like I'm on a phone call with somebody. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah,
full on conversations.
that's pretty
That is
cool.
cool. Okay, Ross, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but practicing the thing is not doing the thing. Just
Oh yeah,
make the call,
I'm in
man.
more for warm up.
Yeah, but don't spend too much time fucking around with that. Just make the
Yeah, yeah,
call.
Yeah, that's a
Like
good
get
point.
100 phone numbers and try to call all of them.
Yeah.
And just
yeah,
honestly, that's your sample run. Like commit to the fact that your day's gonna suck and you're gonna make a billion phone calls, but you're gonna learn a lot from it and you're gonna be
yeah.
way better on the other side.
Exactly. Yeah.
What time are you starting the calls tomorrow? Are you calling East or West Coast?
Well, I have no idea actually. I've got some Shopify stores because that's what I'm targeting. I just totally scrambled the niche. It's just Shopify stores that I can find.
Cool,
And
cool.
apparently, you can just type what is it exactly? If you go something like Shopify.me and then the niche straight into Google, it'll show you only Shopify Shopify stores, Shopify websites. And so from
Yeah, I
now,
think it's
then there you have it.
.myshopify.com. If you include
Yeah,
that in parentheses on your search, then it will show you only Shopify stores. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
nice,
So I'm just gonna go from there because yeah,
cool. You can use hunter.io to find phone numbers as well if they're not on their website. But yeah, dude, started at 4 p.m. your time tomorrow. That's 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm gonna send you a message in Skool. I'm gonna keep you accountable.
There we
I
go.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Just
I will.
just like with content, the first 100 might suck, but like Brock said, you'll learn so much. And
Yeah, except calling is easier.
yeah.
Making content, you still have to plan. Calling, you just smile and dial. Plus, I think for cold calling, the hardest part is if you don't believe in what you're selling. Like the first time I was doing cold calling, I made over 1,000 calls for the several months that I was there, and I didn't really believe in the product, so it's so hard to sell. But for this, you've seen
Yeah,
the
it's
technology.
yeah, yeah.
There are multi-billion-dollar competitors popping up that are trying to figure out how to sell what you already have your hands on. Like it's such a commodity.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
fact that you are able to sell a white label SaaS, I mean, you already have such an advantage.
Yeah, that's
Businesses
true.
are
And
looking,
yeah,
and businesses are lazy. They don't want to set it up. They don't know how to set it up. That's going to be your big selling factor. It's like not only will I implement it for you, I'll give you a 30-day money back guarantee and direct 24/7 access to me. I will be your guy. You're not handed off to a support team. It's me. I'm going to help you.
Yeah. And we're just getting started. Like
You're just getting started.
these businesses are rarely ever going to know what you're talking about. So like it's almost as much of an education as it is selling.
yeah,
And over time, that's going to become easier as more and more people have their first AI aha moment and experience. Like nobody has AI on their phones yet. Once that happens and everybody is dealing with AI on a daily basis, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I need this for my business too, not just my personal life." That hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do gotta kind of get going here, but This was a good chat. I think there's going to be a lot of good clips we can clip out of this one.
Yeah, I think so too. Thanks, Lucas, for joining. Thanks, Ross, for hosting. This is a good one.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks,
You.
guys.
It was a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you guys
All
later.
right.
See ya.
See you. Cheers. Bye.